Today we are going to review the standard operating procedures for full panel sanding and denibbing a panel after it has been repaired. Products needed to complete this process from start to finish are the following: a variable speed buffer, a DA with interface pad, Aquascat 2 waterborne degreaser, Transtar cutting compound, machine polish, and swirl remover with the 3 appropriate pads for each step, 1500 grit sandpaper, a denib kit, and a final finish spray. The first step is to prep the surface with a waterborne degreaser and microfiber towel to remove any contaminants before sanding. Here we are using Transtar's Aquascat 2. It is recommended to only buff a 2 foot by 2 foot section of the panel at a time for best results. Section 1 shows the hood after it has been painted and cleared. Section 2 will show a full panel sand and polish. In step 2, we are going to tape off any gaps, adjacent panels, moldings, plastic parts, and so forth to prevent damage to any unwanted areas. In step 3, we are going to full panel sand with a DA, interface pad, and 1500 grit sandpaper at low speeds to show any defects in the paint. During this process, we want to cover the entire section of the panel with one swipe of the DA, making sure to remove any excess dust from the sandpaper as we go along to prevent pigtails in the paint. Once the defects are visible, we will use the DA to remove the defects using short side to side and up and down motions applied directly to the defects. Optional steps following sanding with 1500 are to sand with 3000 on a DA, which is recommended for dark colors. In step 4, we are going to re-clean the surface with our Aquascat 2 waterborne degreaser and microfiber towel to remove any excess dust from sanding. In step 5, we're going to use our Transtar buffing compound and step 1 pad to remove any scratches created from the previous steps. Make sure to clean each pad with a brush before using and apply a small amount of compound to the pad and rub it in when using for the first time that day to prevent any unwanted swirl marks from a dry pad. The recommended speed is 1800 RPMs for all 3 steps, but can be between 1200 and 2000 depending on user preference. To best reduce the amount of splatter, put a small amount of compound directly on the panel, slowly start the buffer, and work the compound in between the 12 and 3 o'clock locations of the pad. For step 6, we are going to use the Transtar machine polish, an appropriate pad, to further refine any scratches from the previous step. Be sure to use a fresh microfiber towel between buffing steps to prevent contamination or scratches. For step 7, we're going to use the Transtar Swirl Remover, an appropriate pad, to remove any swirl marks. This step is critical on darker colors, so the swirl marks are properly removed and not visible in direct sunlight after the buffing process is complete. Unlike other steps, we want to leave a light film to be worked in with a microfiber towel. final step is to apply a detail spray with a microfiber towel to perfect the final finish.